Good morning and God bless to all my students. And as we were discussing about the capital structure in the financial marketing, we were actually discussing about, we had discussed about what are the factors which influence the capital structure of the company. And now we are moving to the next topic, that is the fixed and the working capital of the company. So what are the fixed and the working capital? First we will try to understand that, and what are the factors which influence all these capitals. So first is the meaning of the fixed capital. The fixed capital involves allocation of firm's capital to the long-term asset or a project. So managing fixed asset capital is related to the investment decision, and also it is called capital budgeting. The capital budgeting decision affect the growth and the profitability of the company. So I am repeating the line, the capital budgeting decision is affecting the growth of the or acceleration of the company, and also the profitability of the company. So the long-term asset bring benefit over the long period, and investment in these assets involve huge amount of the funds. The capital budgeting decision include purchase of the land, building, plant, machinery, change in technology, expenditure of the advertising campaign, research and development. So these are all the related to the fixed capital, and you can say that is the fixed capital, which is very much important for the growth and profitability of the company. So what are the factors affecting the requirement of the fixed capital? So first, the investment in the fixed asset is for longer duration and is called that is called the fixed asset or fixed capital. So fixed capital is financed through the long-term sources of finance, such as the equity shares, that is the preference shares, debenture, long-term loan, etc. The requirement of the fixed capital depend upon various factors that we are going to discuss one by one. First is the nature of the business. That plays a very important role to decide that how much fixed capital is required by the company. So to analyze the nature of the business, what is required by us to assess that the type of the business the company is involved, the type of the business the company is involved in, first factor which help in deciding the requirement of the fixed asset. Because if the company is a manufacturing that needs more fixed asset or more fixed capital as compared to the trading company, as trading company does not need the plant and machinery. Next is the sale of operations. The company which are operating a large scale that require more fixed asset, that is obvious, and also they need more machineries and other assets, which small scale enterprises need less amount of fixed assets. So it is also depend on like what are the scale of your operation. If it is on a you require the more machine, more land, more requirement, more technology, then you need obviously you need the more funds in the fixed capital. Next is the technique of production. Company using the capital intensive techniques require more fixed capital, whereas the company using the labor intensive techniques require less capital, because the capital intensive techniques makes use of plant and machinery, and a company needs more fixed asset to buy plant and machinery. So you must know about what are the capital intensive technique and what are the labor intensive. Capital intensive techniques are those where more machinery, more technology, more layout is required, and there is the labor intensive where the more requirement of the manpower is there. So where there is the more technology and more capital intensive unit are required, you need more funds. Technology upgradations. It means industries in which the technology upgradation is fast need more amount of fixed asset, as when new technology is invented, old machinery become obsolete. So they need to be buy new plants and machinery, whereas the company which technological upgradation is slow, they require less fixed capital fixed capital as they can manage with old machine. So you have to also see that whether your plant or your technology needs the upgradation. Sometime every 5 year or every 10 year you need to change your machinery just to increase your profitability. Then you on that time you require the more fixed capital. Next is the growth prospects. That's also very important because companies which are expanding and have higher growth plans require more fixed asset to expand, and they need to expand their production capacity. And to expand production capacity, company need more plant and machinery, land and building, and obviously require more fixed capital. The other one is the divergence or diversifications. So diversification means that is a company which have planned to diversify their activities by including more range of the products, require more fixed capital. As to produce more products, they require more plants, more machines, which mean more fixed capital. Next is the availability of the finance and leasing facility. If the company can arrange the financing and leasing facility easily, then they can require less fixed capital as they can acquire the asset on easy installments instead of paying huge amount at one time. And on the other hand, if easy loan and leasing facility are not available, then more fixed capital is needed by the company, and company will have to buy plant just for company to have to buy the plants and machinery by paying huge amount together. Next is the level of the collaboration and ventures. If the company prefer collaborations, joint venture, then company will need less fixed capital as they can share plant and machinery with their collaborators. But if the company prefer to operate as independent, until then there is a more requirement of the fixed capital. So these are some points which are very crucial points, which are very much important to consider as in a finance planner or as in a manager who is actually planning the finance. So for planning the fixed capital, it is very important to see how much is required, what are the different factors you have to be analyzed before chalking out the plans of the long-term planning for the capital. Now moving to that is the short-term investment decision or the working capital, that is factor affecting the working capital. Before factors affecting the working capital, before discussing the factors, you must know about what is actually the working capital is. So working capital refers to the excess of the current asset over current liability. So gross working capital, there is a gross working capital, there is a net working capital. What comes in a gross working capital? This refers to the investment in all the current assets such as cash, bills receivable, prepaid expenses, inventories, etc. These current assets get converted into cash within the accounting period. These are called gross working capital. So example, we can say that on the liquidity way, there is a first, this is cash, then debtors, marketable securities, finished goods inventory, then bills receivable, work in progress, raw material, then prepaid expenses. These all come to the gross working capital. Next is the net working capital or working of the capital. This refers to the excess of the current asset over current liability. That current liabilities are to be paid within the accounting year, that is bills payable, creditor, etc. Current liability are sources of fund for acquiring the current asset. Suppose the company gets credit for maintaining the stock, then stock which is current asset gets created with the credit purchase, which is the current liability. So we can see that what is the main relation with the current asset and the current liability. If you want to create the current asset, you have to also use somewhere the current liability. The net working capital can be negative also when current liability exceed the current assets. The net working capital indicate the liquidity position of the company. The positive net working capital implies positive liquidity, whereas the negative net working capital indicate the weak and poor liquidity position. So now moving to the factor affecting the working capital. So before analyzing the working capital, we must also see that what are the different factors which affects the working capital, or you will say the short-term investment season. So first is the nature of business. The type of the business or the firm is involved. That in the next consideration while deciding the working capital, you must know that what kind of the business you are doing, what kind of the company. So in case of the trading concern or a retail shop, the requirement of working capital is less than, because length of the operating cycle is small. The wholesaler as compared to the retail shop require working capital, more working capital, as they have to maintain large stock and generally sell the goods on the credit, which increase the length of operating cycle, and the manufacturing company require huge amount of the working capital, because they have to convert the raw material into the finished goods and sell on the credit, maintain the inventory of raw material as well as the finished goods. So we can say, if we compare the retailer as well as the wholesaler require more working capital. As we see that there is a manufacturing company, yes, that also require the more working capital. So scale of operation. What is the scale of operation? The firm operating at large scale, need to be maintain more inventories, debtor, etc. So they generally require large working capital, whereas firm operating at a small scale require less working capital. So it is also according to the scale of the operations on which the working capital is decided. Next is the business cycle fluctuations. We all know that the business environment is ever changing, and we also talk about what is the meaning of business scanning, as business environment is not stable at all the time. It is going to be variate all the time. It is because of different elements in it. It is due to any factor. It may be affected or variate because of the political reason or for the technological environment. So we can say the business environment is ever changing, and business cycle is also fluctuating. So during the boom period, the market is flourishing. So more demand, more production, more stock, more debtor, which means more amount of the working capital is required. Whereas during the depression period, demand is less, inventories to be maintained less, and debtor are also less. So less working capital will be required. Next one is the seasonal factor. Seasonal factor also plays a very important role, because working capital requirement is constant for the companies which are selling goods throughout the season. Throughout the season, whereas the company which are selling seasonal goods require huge amount of during season, as well as more demand, more stock has to be maintained, and fast supply is needed, whereas during off season or a slack season, demand is very slow or less, working capital is required. It is also on the basis what kind of the product you are manufacturing. Is it the seasonal? It is required throughout the year. That is to be also very much important to deciding the working capital. Technology and production cycle. So if the company is using the labor intensive technique of the production, then more working capital is required, because company needs to maintain the enough cash flow for making the payment to the labor. Whereas if the company is using the machine intensive techniques of the production, then less working capital is required, because the investment in machinery is the fixed capital requirement, and there will be no less operating expenses. There will be very less operating expenses. In case of the production cycle, if the production cycle is long, then more working capital will be required, because it will take a long time to convert the raw material into the finished goods. Whereas when the production cycle is small, lesser funds are tied up and inventory and raw material of so less working capital is required. And the next one is the credit allowed, credit aware. So credit allowed. Credit policy refers to average period of collection of the sale proceed. It depends upon the number of factors such as the credit worthiness of the client, industry norms, etc. If the company is following the liberal credit policy, then it will be require more working capital. Whereas if the company is following the strict or a short term credit policy, then it can manage with the less working capital also. So next is the credit aware. After the factor, another factor related to the credit policy is how much and for how long the credit, how long period the company is getting the credit from its supplier. So if the suppliers of the raw material are giving a long-term credit, then company can manage with a less amount of working capital. And whereas if the supplier are giving only a short period credit, then company will require more working capital to make the payment to the credit. So it is also depend upon the supplier how what is the credit policy of your supplier, as you are also giving to your customer, as you are also having the raw material, and you are also taking some material from your supplier. So both are important, how you allow the credit and how you avail the credit. Next is the operating efficiency. So the firm having a high degree of operating efficiency require less amount of working capital as compared to the firm having a low degree of efficiency, which require more working capital. The next point is availability of the raw material. If the raw material are easily available and there is ready supply of raw material, then input, then firm can manage with a less amount of the working capital. If there is a easy availability of raw material, we need not to be invested more in the working capital. If the raw material is actually coming from outside and you need to manage the stock, which is actually not available in the local area, then you are to be also invest more in the working capital. Next is the level of competition. So if the market is competitive, then company will have to adopt the liberal credit policy and supply goods on time. Higher inventory have to be maintained, so more working capital is required. A business with the less competitors or competitions or with a monopoly position will require less working capital, as it can dictate the terms according to its own requirement. So the next is the inflation. Inflation is a price hike. If there is an increase in the increase or a rise in the price, then the price of the raw material and the cost of the labor will rise. It will result in increase in working capital requirement. And last but not the least, that is the growth prospects. So firm planning to expand their activity will require more amount of working capital as for the expansion, and they need to increase the scale of production, which means the more raw material, more input, etc. for more working capital. So we can say that if there is a growth prospects, you want to diversify, if you want to, there is a diversion, you want to introduce more product, or if you want to excel, or if you want to expand your business, then you need more working capital, because you need more raw material, you need more laborers. So there the working capital requirement becomes more. So this is all about all your factors which is affecting the working capital. So in this lecture we studied about what is your fixed capital and what are the factors affecting the fixed capital. What do you mean by that is the short-term investment decision or working capital. What are the factors affecting the working capital requirement? So this is all for today, and I am sending lots of blessing to all my students.